Good morning. I am off to take my applicator's licensing tests, so see how things go here this morning. But we got 4 tests to take today, and hopefully we pass them all. But there's the aerial one is the only one I really have to pass, so we'll see how we do. I think I've made it to where I'm supposed to be. Oh, there's a building complex out in the middle of nowhere down here in Defiance County. I'm early. We'll go in, see if they'll let me get started or if I gotta wait. 4 tests to take. It's gonna take me a little while, so we get started early. That's okay with me. Oh boy, we took a bunch of tests. I don't know how we did, but we took a bunch. We'll see. The aerial one wasn't too bad. I think I did okay on that. The commercial pesticide one I thought was pretty easy, and I thought, oh, this is easy. I did really well. And then the herbicide one was actually quite a bit more difficult. I don't know how we did on that. And then the fertilizer one, by the time I got to that one, I was had enough here. And there was a lot of them that were easy, and there were some I was like, I have no idea, so we guessed. So we'll see. But they didn't give me the results today. They're not as sophisticated as the FAA. This was all bubble sheet stuff that they got to mail into their headquarters down in Reynoldsburg, Ohio. They'll run the test, and then they should be available online in the next few days, which with Christmas next week probably means after the first of the year before we see the results from this. So who knows? We'll see. The good thing is it doesn't cost anything to take those tests, and I can take them over again. I just have to wait, I think, 7 days or 2 weeks or whatever before I'm allowed to take it again if I didn't pass. And I really only need to pass the one. The other ones were just because they're good things to have, so we'll see. Made it back to the farm here. We got to go down and work in the seed warehouse this afternoon because I got those 6 truckloads of seed coming tomorrow. Well, 2 of them are going to show up today, it sounds like, so we're going to get them unloaded. So we got to make sure we got a forklift that's at least somewhat charged and get stuff cleaned up and organized and figure all that out. But when I was in town, I stopped and I got these little push nuts for my wagon. We can finish this up, so I'm going to get that put together real quick. There we go. Nice. Oh, pedal tractor wagon. I even put a John Deere sticker on the back of it. I got another one. I was thinking maybe I should put it on the front. I don't know. Can't put it on the sides because the tires are molded into it, but we could put it on the front. I think we'll just leave her go. Tires rub a little. That'll be fine. All right. This was mine when I was a kid, but it was really rusty, and so I cleaned it up a few years ago and primered it, and then I thought I'm going to wait till I paint some green, which we finally did on the corn head here. So I got it all put back together, and my kid likes to use the pedal tractors, and he takes bungee straps and hookups their little stroller type wagons to pull around behind it, so he'll love having this. And I'm sure his sister will end up getting rides in it. That's what's going to happen. My John Deere parts delivery came. We got the washers and pins and snap rings are in there, and a few of those L brackets to finish putting our snouts on. And we got our belt. I kind of mentioned this in a video a couple of days ago and then forgot to follow up with it, but we found this belt that was cracked. This is the discharge beater drive belt. Found this, decided, yep, that's not going to work, so we're going to replace that. I did get it off of there, which I didn't really film. It goes from that big black pulley, those idlers, back into there. Had to take the one belt off from the chopper to get that out of there. But yeah, we just got the new belt, so that's there, so we can get that reinstalled. I'll try and show you how it goes back in there a little better than I showed how it came off. Anyway, I gotta go clean up the seed warehouse. Okay, most of that stuff is gonna stay there for right now, but we're gonna put the big man lift outside. We'll put this one off to the side. And those are going to come out of that corner. I should almost take those down to the farm to store them and just get them out of here because I really don't need them in here. The pallets can stay. But the boxes, we aren't really going to use until next fall for wheat. It'd be nice to not have them in here. I got more room there than here, but we'll see. I'm just going to move them out of the way for right now. And then we're going to measure stuff out. I'm going to see how many rows can I get in there, boxes, and try and mark stuff off a little bit. make a plan for what varieties are going to go where so we can be organized from the start here. Oh yeah, and I got this delivery. I forgot. They called me this morning. That's seed treatment. We got to get them unloaded too. We're going to try and take it down to the farm though, because this stuff can't freeze. Do not drop that pallet. That is a very, very expensive pallet. Rough numbers, there's $100,000 sitting there. We moved boxes over there for now. Now we're going to sweep the floor. It's not horrible, but if you're going to be setting boxes on it for the next 5 months, you might as well make sure it's clean before you set anything in here. We did get the floor sweeper fixed. It seems to be working, so that's good. I was real close to buying one. There's one on Facebook Marketplace. I don't know if it's still there or not. It was a Tenant 8300, like a ride-on one with a sweeper and a squeegee. Real reasonable, really reasonably priced. Problem was it's 4 hours away down by Indianapolis, and I just couldn't justify making the drive, so oh well, this one works. All right, well, it's nice and clean now. So now what I want to do is do some measuring. I'm going to measure how wide we need for a box, plus, 6 inches, extra foot or something, 6 inches on each side. And we're going to kind of mark it out, see how many rows we can get in there. And then I'm going to look at how many different varieties of beans we've got sold and see if we've got enough space on that wall. I think we do. I think it'll work. But let's measure some. Ooh. They're about 45 inches. I don't think 4 foot will be enough. So we're going to have to go to like 54. That's plenty. 52 inches. Something like that. So between this wall and where the steel sits, we actually have enough for 13 rows of seed. That's pretty good. I'm thinking for beans, we're probably going to have 7 varieties, maybe 8, but probably 4 of them that are going to be the majority of it. And so I think that'll work. We're going to leave the one right against the wall for bags because the trusses make it hard to stack boxes right there. So we'll start one out and we'll do the early ones there because we're going to have more on the early season than we will on the full season side. So then those rows will be longer. And yeah, this will work. This will work. So I'm going to grab my computer and see kind of what varieties we've got and try and label these rows. There might be some of them we're going to have so many that we're going to need to do 2 rows of. Just the way it is. Here's my list. So as of now, we have 7 varieties of beans that have 19 or more boxes of each variety. There are another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 varieties on here, so we have 14 total. But of those other 7, the most of any one of them is 7 boxes, and one of them only has 1 box. So those can all get combined. I think there was like 33 total in those other varieties. So those can get combined into 1 row, which means we have 8 different rows that we need for soybeans. However, 2 of those varieties, as of right now, and this is all subject to change and will change, 2 of them are over 50 units or 50 boxes of each of those varieties. One has 54, the other one has 58, likely to go up. If we had 60, that would be 20 rows deep. I don't know if we can go 20 rows deep, so I need to do some measuring in the length direction here and see how many we can get reasonably. And then we might have to split those into 2. So they're about 56 inches deep. Really don't need that extra 4. They're going to get pushed right together, so they will be tight. So 56 inches deep. We need to measure how far that way. I mean, we can count. They're 15 foot in each bay, so 30. Really, we can go 60 feet deep comfortably. That would be out to about right here. Gives me room to work around the treater still, although that's a lot. So if we went 60 feet divided by 56 inches, do the math. Yeah, that's only about 12 deep. It was like 12.8. We might get 13, but we're going to be past this edge. We're going to be out a little ways. If we go 12, we'll be back here a little bit. I can still get to my charger better. So in that case, we need to split 2 of those piles into 2 rows, which puts us up to 10 rows of the 13. Really, we'll have another 1 or 2 over there. Whew. Yeah. Going to get a little tight. We're going to have plenty of seed in here, that's for sure. Okay, well, we got them all labeled there, so we know what goes where. I'm pretty sure these 2 trucks that we're getting, which the first one is here, are 3035s, and they're going to go right there. Okay, let's get to it. Truckload number 1. So I was supposed to have 6 trucks tomorrow. I think 2 of them are coming tonight, so that means there'll only be 4 tomorrow, that's fine. Oh boy, it's going to fill up fast. That's 1 truckload. We got 19 boxes there. The other truck is sitting in the driveway now and has the same variety. I think he's got 15 more boxes of that one. We're gonna be all the way out here with the first row. I'm thinking I might set them next to it just so that I don't have to drive all the way around it the whole time. I don't know when. Like this variety that we've got going next to it, I'm going to have 2 rows of, so we could set them over here and then we'll just move them later. I don't know. It is what it is. We can always use that door for bringing trucks in too, so that'll make things a little bit easier. But I was still hoping to work on the ceiling some, and well, that's gonna jam it up in here real fast if we get a row of boxes all the way out to here. Well, the second load didn't have as much on it, but there we go. That was 13 plus 19. What's that? 34? Something like that. So start 4 more truckloads tomorrow. Came back to the office after unloading that truck. I got the last my chemical prices that I've been waiting on, so I'm trying to figure that stuff out. Figure out what we're going to get, where we're going to get it from, and how much it's going to cost me. Anyway, I'm going home. We'll see you guys later tomorrow because we're going to combine them because I don't have much going on tomorrow either. Good morning again. We got a busy day. Got some computer work stuff here to do this morning and some figuring, and I got somebody stopping by to drop off Christmas cookies, and then I'm going to see seed customers, and then we're going to try and work on a combine this afternoon, so we'll see how much we can do. But first thing we're going to do, we need to take inventory of chemicals. So we got some leftover herbicides, fungicides, stuff left over from this year that we didn't quite use it all up. I need to know what we have so that I know what I need to buy for next year. For example, there are some jugs here of Tendovo, which is our soybean herbicide, so we can count those up. And then we got a little bit of Miravis there, and we've got a little bit of Liberty, it looks like. That's nothing, but we're going to just go through and take inventory. There's some stuff out in the back shed, too. Got a dusting of snow overnight. Really nice, pleasant. It's not too cold. It's not windy today. This is perfect skiing weather if you're a skier. We don't have enough snow for that. All right, I went through this pile. A lot of this stuff is fertility. Like, that's 1034O that I just wanted to get out of a tank. That's foliar pass that we were going to put on corn, and I couldn't get it done because I didn't have a way to apply it. That's starter for beans that we didn't use because I couldn't put starter on beans. So not all of this is herbicides and chemicals and stuff, but there's some assorted stuff on that pallet, some fungicides, some clethodim for volunteer corn. And we got half a shuttle of Roundup there. That's leftover corn herbicide. So I got what I needed out of here. Just got back from my seed delivery or seed selling expedition. Got another truck here. Dad's getting unloaded for me, so appreciate that. I'm sure I got some stacking to do. Burr, it's cold. Yeah. Okay, so that's 2 more trucks today. Dad just kind of set them off here, which is fine. I'm going to organize them and set them where they go a little bit more. I think we've got 1 more, and then this truck here, he was actually supposed to be here this morning and called me and said he got in an accident, and so he's a little late. So he's going to bring me another load on Monday. So we got 1 more today. Yeah, let's do a little organizing, sorting. They appear to just be 2 different varieties here, so shouldn't be too hard. There. So these are what Dad's unloaded. We got 4 boxes of that variety. All of these are the same variety, but there's one of the ones that I'm going to have 2 rows of anyway. So instead of doing 1 full one, we're just going to split it there. And that's probably what's on the last truck coming today, but we'll see. This forklift battery is about shot. It doesn't last long enough to unload a full truck. That's the problem. So we need to swap them. That was the whole reason I bought this second lift a couple of years ago now, was because it had a better battery than the one that I had. And I knew that. And I thought, well, that's a nicer lift than this one. So they're the same battery. I can just switch them. Problem is I got to bring the forklift from the farm down here to do that. So at some point here, we're going to go ahead and do that, and then I don't know, I may just sell that one. Maybe I'll buy a different one. I don't know, we'll see. But it's nice having two, so that one's dead, I can unload the trucks still. All right, well, we're back in the shop here. Good day. It's finally getting some of those orders to come through that I've been trying to get for a long time, so feeling pretty good about that. Let's see, what else? Getting seed deliveries in. We got our parts for the corn head here, so I'm going to go ahead and get some of that stuff put back together. These pins that we were missing, the snap rings in there, so that we can get these snouts put back on. Several of you have pointed out about checking the oil in these gearboxes. Yeah, I know, I need to do that yet, so we'll go ahead and pull those out too. I've never had trouble with one, so I'm not real worried about it, but yeah, we need to pull the dipsticks out and check that. Get the snouts put back on, and then I think we're done with the corn head. I think. I don't know. Gotta be close. All right, so we're putting these pins in here. Oh, dang it, I did it again. I gotta put this clip on. That goes on this side. I did that. I was 1 for 3. That's all right. Anyway, they go on there with a little snap ring. These are the old ones. One of them was bent sort of bad, that one. The other ones are probably okay. We might have to use some anyway because I didn't get enough pins to put new ones in all of them. So, but I did get more of the snap rings and the little washers that we were missing for a bunch of them. So just trying to get those all put back together. All right, where's the clips? Over here. All right, let's check our gearboxes. Just need a little 3/8 breaker bar with an extension on it. Thread it out. There's oil on the dipstick. Got to be between the two lines. It's all good. That's all we got to do. Just make sure. Twist it back in. There. Okay, gearboxes are all good. Gotta get these snouts back on there. That's gonna be a little difficult by myself. I might have to have somebody help me. Our last seed truck's here. Got 12 boxes on this one. 8 of one variety and 4 of another. Of stuff we've already gotten. I don't understand why it's not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Seems like it could be a full load though. Okay, back down here. We got our snouts put back on. And I got all the connections made. We gotta connect the wire harnesses back up here. So come on. Can't get through that. There we go. I cut these zip ties that Brock put on to keep the wires from getting tucked up in there. And then we push them up into that little hole so the connector is in there and they don't get caught, because right now it's going to get caught in a gathering chain or something like that. We don't want that. Like that. That one's done. Needs a finishing touch. Aha! Like that. We'll have to do these too, but paint the tips black. Easy enough with a piece of paper to keep it off the green and can. Well, I broke out the painter's tape. Oh boy. It's not perfect. Come on. Good enough. All right, well, I think we are done with the corn head. All ready to go. So who wants to buy a good used 608C corn head? Like new condition. Kind of. I'm kidding, we're not selling it. I know a lot of you think that I'm fixing this up to sell it so that we can get a 12-row. We're not. I'm not ruling out a 12-row. It's not anywhere close to the top of the list of equipment upgrades for the year. So fully intend to use this again next fall. That is why we did this. That is the intention. We made it work and put it back to as good a condition as we can make it for us, not for us to sell. So, yeah, it's in good shape. We'll try and get it out of here. Tomorrow's Saturday. Probably won't do it tomorrow, but maybe Monday we'll take it out, put it on the trailer, and then it's going to go down to Berkey and get stored in a barn down there until next fall. Yeah, all should be good though, so it's ready to go. And then we'll get the combine back in here and try and finish this up. We basically just need to put it back together, get the concaves put back in, get the belt put back on, get the shields and everything put on, the new chains, and then give it its final bath and wash it and polish it, and we'll be done with this. It's possible we get it out of here before the end of the year. I didn't think it was going to happen, but it sort of looks like we might, so that's good. But I think I'm done for the day. All right, guys, I'm going home. Before we go home, though, today's probably, when you're watching this, it's Saturday. It's college football playoff day. And not that it matters at all, but I'm sure somebody is going to say something about it and want to know my thoughts on Ohio State and all this other stuff. And I'm just going to put it out there before the game, preemptively, to let you know that I think Ohio State is going to get rolled. I think their season ended when they lost the last game and nobody cares anymore. And all the Tennessee fans coming up buying all the tickets, acting like they, did this big thing and they're taking over the stadium and they're fooled the Ohio State people and got their sales codes and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's because nobody cares. Season's over. You might as well not even put them in the playoff because I don't think Ohio State's going to play very good. I think it's going to be a repeat of the Missouri game from last year where they didn't make the playoff and then they don't care and they lost to Michigan and it ends the season. In my opinion, they should have one singular focus until the end of next season, and that is to win one game. Forget the rest of the goals. Forget everything else. Win one game. Anyway, that's my thoughts. We will be back in the shop next week working on this combine, getting the cornhead out of here. It is Christmas week, but I'll be around at least on Monday in the morning, maybe some on Tuesday morning, maybe some towards the end of the week. We'll see, but you will see me. So have a good weekend, everybody. Good luck. See how it goes. Have a great one.